Hi everybody, Coach Lynn with Coach Richard. And I'm a Run Walk coach, as most of you know. So now, and many of you are leaders, so as a leader, as a coach, I'm now embarking on the journey of leading the wheel program. And I've got a participant in my wheel program. So Richard, what do I do as a leader to make sure I'm adapting what we're doing, adapting that program for this wheeler?
So, good question, Lynn. I think one of the biggest parts is just communication. Just working with that athlete or that client and just seeing what their limitations are, what they're used to, if they've done a lot of wheeling before or this is brand new to them. So just trying to find what their limitations are and sort of what they want to work on, what their goals are. And so that's one of the biggest things that is just working with that each person. And because everybody's gonna be different, what's gonna be good for me might be different from another person who's gonna come out and try to wheel. So, you know, I can teach you what I like, but it could be different for each individual person. So that's where I would say it'd be good to get to know each client and each athlete and find out what their needs and levels are too.
Okay, makes sense. And now I have to take it one step further because as a coach, I can tell when something is too much, maybe too much, too soon for a particular walker or runner. What do I look for in a wheeler?
It's sort of probably the same cues, you know. Of course, if somebody's getting really flush and really out of breath, then just say, well, maybe let's tone it down a bit and not go as hard. You know, for me, I like to use a heart rate monitor so I can check my heart rate. But also just again, going up and asking a few questions. And also just after the first session, see how they felt. Did that feel too much for you? Or was that just about right? Or would you like to go harder? And so it's again, just chatting, talking more with each client and each athlete and seeing what their levels are.
Awesome, I'm not intimidated now. Thank you.
And one more tip, Lynn, is in regards to, you know, I'm sure as you're running, you'll find different terrain, whether it's uphills, downhills, you know, maybe out in the woods or on a trail. So in a chair, you gotta be a bit more careful. It's really easy if we're wheeling on a track or on the road, on a bike path that's nice and flat, but we still have to be very careful if there's, you know, a pine cone, a rock, you know, a tree stump or, you know, a root that's on the path. That's where we've got to be very careful and notice your surroundings. So if I'm wheeling, I also want to keep an eye on the ground and also the trainer who's teaching me. So I'm always wheeling, but also noticing my surroundings. So you've still got to be very careful along those lines also and just make sure it's safe for everybody.
So, especially in the beginning then, if I'm in charge of this group, I should be cognizant of a route that makes sense for my wheelers. What does that look like?
Yep, and so again, that's where you chat with the athlete, with the client, and see if they've wheeled on this track before or if it's safe and easy for them to get to. And so that's one of the big things is just making sure, yes, it's a safe and easy route, and then also seeing if they've done it or not before previously, and just make sure they have fun.
Okay, so Richard, any other last minute tips or tricks or anything?
I'd say probably the last one is, this is what the cool kids do. And just learning to do a pop-a wheelie. It's also a good dance move, but also not just a little fun trick, but also, just a nice skill to learn and help you.
Awesome.
Yeah.
We want to learn that one.
Safely though.
Oh, thank you.